Alrighty, guys. Hello, my name is Garrett Clark, and this is my analysis for the competitor search site, which is the 1.2. And today I'm going to be reviewing and going over three websites within my industry that will work perfect for me to critique. So I want to start off with this site. My first one is Marlon Watkins Photography, and as you see, like right on the front page, it gives you right from the get-go a little information about the artist, as well as the PNG and the logo lookalikes, as well as for the clientels, like right on the spread. So it's easy to read, a lot simpler and easy on the eye, so it's not like a whole lot going on. As you scroll across the bottom, you'll be able to see more of a gallery kind of setup where you have a carousel of photos kind of going around of his best work. And a little bit about this photographer. I know this photographer personally. I actually worked with him a few times while back at home, and I will say he does amazing work. And as we scroll more on the bottom, we'll find more of his work as well. So basically, as far as with the navigational spreads, I also noticed that he only has three: the home, the contact, and the video, which is straightforward and simple to the point, of course, because you don't want to have a lot of clutter as well as a lot of confusion when your customers or your clients are coming to your website to view. So I kind of like how he has like the three simple setup. Click contact. On the contact page, it's just easy set forward, just enter your info, your name, email, phone number, and your message, which I also like that. And the video. And the video page looks like it's his page full of reels, and he has quite a bit up here. It looks like they're linked and embedded through Vimeo, which Vimeo is a really great site for video. So again, right here, his website is very clean, simple, easy to read on the eyes, and not too much going on, which I actually like this template a lot because it's a lot cleaner. The logo is really, really amazing. I like how he incorporated the M and the W put together. So this is Marlon Watkins Photography, and he is a photographer based in Detroit. So to my next one, my next photography site that I was inquiring more about was Jack Gora's Photography, and I never met this photographer personally, but I have heard of him around the Full Sail area. So I take it he's somewhere in Orlando, if not Florida, somewhere around here. But I was looking at his website and I noticed that he has a really bright, vivid, beautiful spread. And this really captures my interest and yet alone my eye because all his images are vastly different, very candid, and very magazine-like. It amazes me. Like I'm just curious to know like what kind of tricks and tips this guy uses. But anyway, I love how in the beginning of his site he has a little information about what he does. So from adventure event photography, individual portraits, corporate photography, and commercial. I like how he has like the four set main priority clients that he works with as far as with these categories. So I like how he broke it down. I noticed his navigational spread is at the bottom right. I probably would not notice this if I didn't look really clear enough, but I think it's a little bit interesting as well because normally it's on the top page and you would think it would be in the top corner, but he has his as you scroll down a little bit more, which I mean, it's not bad. It's not like it's at the bottom of the page, but I mean, I would 9 times out of 10 would probably look for it on the front page. He has his portraits, which again, I like how they move and kind of form fledged. I don't know if you saw that, but it goes from that and it goes from that. So I like that. It's really cool. His events, again, really beautiful work. Really simple. He has about like 10 images up here, so it's not like a whole lot, but at the same time, it's the most impactful work he's done, I assume. And his tourism photography, which again, he keeps it simple, kind of clean, straight to the point. So he puts a lot on here, but at the same time, doesn't put too much on here. So this is his site, Jack Goras. He also has his social links at the bottom: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and YouTube, which again, that's really amazing. That's most important when you're having any kind of traffic come to your websites to have your social links at the bottom. Really good image, really good portrait that he has going on here with the whole thinking kind of pose. So again, his website, I really love it because it's very simple, it's very clean, and it's very beautifully, eloquently laid out and designed. I'm not sure again what software he used. I want to say it's Squarespace, but I could be wrong. But it looks really stunning, and I like how again like it's kind of different to have like a portrait right here and then your information on the right as you scroll along. So it's kind of interesting how he has that. So I like that, and also the contact me at the bottom, which again this all pops up and everything. So yeah, it's a question, a question by appointment, and other. So those are really cool, interesting facts that he has that I noticed. And what goes to my last one right here is Nick Cena Photography. I came across this one earlier today, this morning. I'm not really, don't know too much about this guy. I guess I just kind of was like pick of the draw. But I noticed that he had like a lot of really, really beautiful wedding portraiture photography, which again, I love weddings and I love black and white images. So it's such a timeless event, yet alone such timeless photos. So this what kind of got my interest with this site. So again, you have his name up here. What he does, he's a Connecticut-based wedding photographer and portrait photographer. So it's more specific in his area and demographic. I also like how he has, like his titled work, Natural Candid Passion, which again, that's probably what he focuses on. It's natural candids and nothing really too posed or actually replicated as much. At the bottom, his commercial photography, the Find Us. The latest of his Instagram, which is really cool, and then also his little contact info and number at the bottom. So that's a little different. It's more of a traditional, I would say, setup photography webpage that I've seen, but again, it's different because it really does look like a wedding photography site. But anyway, moving on. Going to his about page, I like how he has like a picture of him, a nice bio, and some frequently asked questions as far as with his work and what his services are. So it goes a little bit in depth as far as with what he does, his pricing, his services, and as well as anything in between. So this is important to have on your website, especially as a photographer, because if you just throw out your work and not really specify what your packaging rates are, then you're going to be hit with a lot of questions like the day of, or if not over the phone. So it's best to be kind of straightforward and simple when people are looking at the website, which is something I have to really incorporate to mine. But I like how his is very straight to the point with the frequently asked questions. His galleries, he has 3 different types. He has wedding, engagements, portraits. I'm just going to quickly go through these. But looks like he has like a carousel gallery kind of setup style for his images where you can just scroll to the left, scroll to the right. Again, very beautiful photos. Very, very stunning and gorgeous. Very cute, happy families in the weddings. Wedding photography looks really nice and crisp. So he has a lot of amazing work, which I really admire this guy. Like his work is like amazing. His engagement. So he has a lot of work up here as far as specifically with his wedding, his portraitures, and his engagement. So I actually love how he has like his 3 main ones, and that's what he heavily specifies in. So this is the one he puts up here. His investment, portraits, weddings, and it kind of links into a tab. Which if I click weddings, it'll lead me to his informational page about his weddings. He has a few posts right up here as pictures to give an idea, or the client an idea of what they're feeling for, and as well as his services and what they include. Contact me at the bottom, really great, specifically for the wedding pricing. If I were to click and hover over again to portraits, it would take me again, I would assume, to his portrait one. So his portrait one again, it will have like a few photos and a little information about inquiring his prices and what to go off of, so his clients are not left in the dark. Reviews, he has like a reviews, which again, these are like his testimonies, which are really again beautiful. I really need to add testimonies to my website, and it's also great to have testimonies as well, because again, with having testimonies, they're able to have your clients voice their opinion and voice their interest in regards to the services or product that they received from you. So again, that is a must. Testimonials are a must. So I like how he has this in reviews. blog page. Now, the blog page is something that I've been trying to get on for a good while and have a hard time doing so. I love how it's blog. It's really beautifully designed. With me and my blogs, I just feel as though that, I'm not really good at the writing aspect, but from what is shown in his blogs from a photographer, it's more picturesque than it is with words. I noticed he has a lot more picture than word content, which again, this isn't a lot to write, so that's a lot more simpler than what I originally had thought. But he has a ton of pictures as regards to this event and this happy homecoming, which looks like it. So I love his blog, how it's so nice and clean, easy to read, not a lot of clutter, and straight to the point. And going to his contact, and his contact one page, and it has, you select the type of the event that you want. So it's pretty cool because I never actually seen this before, where it's like a drop bar menu of what event you're specifically looking at. So that's a little bit different, how he has the business, engagement, events, family portrait, headshot, all that. That I never seen before, so that's probably an interesting widget I'll probably like to incorporate or try to incorporate. The event day, and more information about you. So again, this is just basic information you put in a contact page on your website. But going back to what I feel about the three sites, so I just want to quickly go through this real quick. What I loved about all three of these websites, again, they were very simple. They were very clean. They weren't too all over the place, too high context. It was just very impactful, but at the same time too very minimalistic. So it was just one of those things where you were cultivated and really spot on the work and focused on the work rather than the textual information. It wasn't all over the place. It wasn't too much. It's just actually a fair amount of text. So it actually makes it a lot easier for me because, again, I'm thinking that, when it has to become the blogs or written content, it has to be a whole lot. But having it to where it's just simple, straightforward is pretty dope. And I never thought that I would try to anticipate that like that. I always thought that a blog had to be either overly written or very eloquently written as far as with either design or how about to go about that. But again, that's just me with blogs. I'm still trying to get into that. But aside from that aspect, the websites overall, they're gorgeously beautiful and aesthetic layout website. Everything is pretty clean, pretty easy to navigate, which is really, really perfect because without that, you would be lost or you would just be kind of in the loop. So I like how every one of their websites are very straightforward, very gorgeous as far as with content, and again, just very clean and simple. And that's kind of what I want to go for with this website or the website that I'm coming up with. So again, these are the three websites that I kind of looked over. It is going to be Marlon Watkins Photography, Jack Gora's Photography, and as well as Nick Sina's Photography as well. So those are basically the three websites that I did a review on, and hopefully this month my goal to take away from all these and from what I learned is to just basically follow a better, more simple aesthetic. I feel like the aesthetic that I have now, or some of the design aspects I have right now, can be too all over the place or too confusing. So with that being said, narrowing down my choice options and narrowing it down with, what works well on the eyes visually as opposed to what can we actually read and pick up, on the retrospect. So again, I just want to be able to make sure that everything is straightforward. No one has a lot of confusing questions, especially when they go on my website. So that's what I kind of hope to get out of all this. But again, these are my three follow-up websites, and yeah, go from there.